Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm just getting everything ready for today. Abby's gonna be headed out first, take our little foster girls to the learning center, and then I'll be heading out as well. Tonight I've got my lesson with the 1st through 6th graders. I've been teaching them the last few Wednesdays about hearing God's voice and how you can put yourself in a position to hear from God. So we're going to keep on that series. So today, basically that's what I'm going to be getting ready for, is just preparing for that event tonight. And then also helping out my buddy Spencer with his event tonight too. He's got like a basketball tournament thing. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty full day. So let's get it started, yo. It's a little bit icy this morning. Bunch of ice covering my truck like crazy. But got our girls loaded into the car, and Abby's about ready to take off, it looks like.
Yes, I am, baby. I love you.
I love you too. Have a safe drive, okay? Oh yeah, I will. Have a good day. Thank you.
Don't stress too much, babe.
Okay. I'll keep the anxiety at a minimum.
Okay.
Love you. Oh man, it is chilly out here today. Super cold. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, spring is coming. Nah, spring went back to sleep. Winter is back, awake, fully alive, ready to pour more snow on top of us. So that's what's happening right now. It's like snowing as we speak. I'm not gonna let that get me down. Can't let it stress me out. Alright, we got everything. Now look at this. Just like snow on the ground again. Seriously? Doesn't look like it's gonna stick. So that's nice. A lot of it's melting as it hits the ground. So at least it's a little bit warm. Get all the lights on. Let me get this thing rolling. Let you guys know if anything exciting happens. Oh, basketball time. Ready for that 3-on-3?
trying to spin it up my finger.
That was really smooth. Dudes, look at this. Seriously. Winter is back. I think, oh, it's just kind of, just a little bit of snow this morning. Oh, it's nothing. Lunchtime comes around. I look outside for the first time in a while. Bam! That's what I get for not looking out the window till lunchtime. It is just like winter is taking over. Is this supposed to be April soon? Okay, finished up for today. Got everything ready for tonight. Helped out Spence a bit with his basketball tournament. Made him some posters. It's been I've just been running all day. Not really running, but just like on the computer doing a bunch of designing all day and making stuff. Thankfully though, it stopped snowing, so that's nice. I want summer to come, and yeah. So we're heading home now, and I'll see you guys there. We'll head to the spot, and then I'll just be running right back here to church to get my service going. Where are my keys? Okay, found them. See you guys at the spot. Hey, we back home. I did get a package in today, and it is in shambles. Let me tell you, it's got a hole right here. I can tell the box is just totally smashed up. Came from overseas, so I did expect it to come in a bag, and it's, yeah. I think it's from JD Sports. That's just kind of how they do it. They put their stuff in bags. But let's go ahead and break into this. This bag is just breaking open very easily. And yes, it is JD Sports. So let's take a look at these brand new sneakers. Brand new silhouette. And JD Sports was the first people who had them. So I went in and snagged my size right away, which was a good thing because they ended up selling out in my size fairly quickly, not too fast. They're probably still available on other sites now if you want to search them out. But yeah, so first off, the box is just, got a dent right here, got a bunch of denting over here. This other side is not too bad. Looks like they did use tape to close it up, which is horrible because then it takes some of the box with it. So I'm just going to try and do my best to take the tape off. It still took some of the box with it. That was kind of already on there, so it's unavoidable. But yeah, I don't know why they put a little piece of tape on the box. Like seriously, that doesn't really make sense to me because it's in a bag. It's gonna stay closed. But let's take a look at the label. I'll get off of my little complaining there. Let me see if I can get a little bit. There we go. That's a better view. All right. Kind of dented up, whatnot, but there's the label for y'all. And let's go ahead and open this one up. I really want to see these. Just a standard Boost, Ultra Boost paper. Just says Boost over and over. And here's the first shoe. Yes, this is the Clima Ultra Boost. You guys probably already know that from the title. Just saying. So there's the box. The dented up box right there. Yeah, these are actually really cool looking. They're not like crazy black. I know this is the triple black colorway, but it's like black, gray, and like a dark bluish gray or something in there. I think that's what that is, a dark bluish looking gray. I think that the blue that's in here is similar to the blue that's on this torsion system here, the little blue cap on that torsion system that locks your foot into place, makes sure the shoe doesn't bend this way. You know, it just bends at the toe, it doesn't bend in this area because of that torsion system. But I think that blue is the blue that's in the rest of it. But yeah, this is a crazy breathable shoe, I can already tell you, and it really resembles the 1.0 pattern on the toe box. And see, it's got like tons of like air pockets in here. Look at that, just like loaded. Like you're gonna be able to see whatever color of socks you wear in this sneaker, so be careful what color socks you throw on with this one. And then the cool thing about this cage on this one is it is a prime knit cage, and it does have a bunch of airflow in it as well. And then you got the black Boost. This Boost feels like walking on clouds for anybody who doesn't already know. Got a bunch of sneakers with the Boost on it, and this one's no different, just painted black. Then you got the outsole Continental, so this thing will last for a very long time. Continental outsoles are great. I've never worn through them myself. And one other cool thing about this shoe is this front toe box area. It does have some speckling of white, and it really doesn't run anywhere else on the shoe besides like kind of sporadically through a couple of spots, like up in here and then around over here. On the back you can see a few little white specks. But then on the toe box there's not really any white in there besides a little bit of speckling that starts like right at the tongue, kind of where the tongue would be, if that's the part of the shoe you're looking at. Yeah, so this heel cage kind of locks you in a little bit more. You've got this back heel cap, or heel cup, whatever you want to call it, and this heel cup does lock your foot into place really well as well. The back part of your foot just really feels secure. You don't want any heel slippage, right? And this shoe definitely is going to provide no heel slippage. I already know, because I'm sure it fits just like an Ultra Boost would. This upper is more stretchy than the 1.0. And like I said, they're very similar in their look for that front pattern, kinda. These are two different colors, but I think, you know, they're pretty similar with having that V shape with all of the ventilation in there. But yeah, they definitely are different patterns. Yeah, so this one is more stiff. This one definitely is a bit more stretchy. Feels like a more advanced prime knit type. It's almost softer too. Probably just, you know, as prime knit has gotten better with each shoe, it has a better prime knit on it. Because yeah, it is pretty stretchy. I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of breathability with my toes, just like being able to move around and also having all that ventilation. That is super nice to have. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get these on feet. And we're back. We're gonna go ahead and get into the Bible today. This is the Jesus Taco channel, and we're on the book of John in the Bible in chapter 19. In this chapter, Jesus basically is getting sentenced to death. He's dying for the sins of all humanity, and he understands like that he was gonna have this happen to him like throughout his whole life. Like he kept like foretelling, he kept prophesying, telling of the future about what's gonna happen to him. So when it happened, like he was getting handed over to the Roman officers because they're the only people that could kill him the way the Jewish people wanted Jesus to be killed. They wanted like it to be a big example, a big giant execution to show their disagreement with the way that Jesus lived and the teachings that Jesus had. They really wanted people to just follow their strict rules and have that be the way that people get to heaven, and not have it be anything about the heart or what's on the inside of you, or you know, your thoughts or anything like that. They wanted it to be outside actions that decided if you went to heaven or whatnot. So Jesus, you know, he was ready, and he was handed over to this other guy called Pilate, who was in charge of the Jewish people. He was a Roman officer, and so Pilate had him like beaten up and everything. Really had him basically taken to the point of death, almost, with torture and all that, to try and appease these people, and they still wanted Jesus dead. So Pilate kept asking Jesus questions like, what's the deal? Why do these people want you dead? What have you been saying? All this. Jesus is completely quiet. And Pilate is like, you know, I have the power to kill you, so why aren't you just answering my questions? What's your problem? And Jesus replies in verse 11, and I just thought it was really powerful. It just spoke to me. So let's read it together. Then Jesus said, "You would have no power over me at all unless it were given to you from above. So the one who handed me over to you has the greater sin." That's it. So Jesus is just saying, like, he's got all the power. He understands he has all the power, and he's willing to tell this other leader, like, yo, you know, you only have the power that's been given to you from above, so you really don't have any power, but I understand that you gotta do what you gotta do, basically. And I think that if Jesus really would have spoken to Pilate, Pilate seemed like a really reasonable guy, like a pretty level-headed person. He liked to talk to smart people. He was pretty intellectual himself, so he might have just let Jesus out. I really don't know, because Jesus was completely silent. He wouldn't give Pilate any words, and I think that's just because Pilate, you know, he was a very powerful person. And so Jesus, he just stayed quiet, and sometimes, you know, that's something that we need to do. You know, when we're in certain situations, sometimes we just need to be quiet. Sometimes we just need to close our mouths, because the people we're around maybe, you know, are just going to like tear apart whatever it is that we are saying, or it's going to like make it not mean as much as what it really does. I don't know, like, I'm sure there's situations in our lives that we're going to be faced with in the future where we can learn from this passage and remember to just keep our mouths closed and to not, you know, put our foot in our mouth and just say too much and then it not really even mean anything in the end. So that's all I got for you guys today. Let's do everything for a reason, everything with a purpose. Let's live our life on purpose. If you've got dreams and visions and all that stuff you want to see happen with your life, you're supposed to have those things. You're supposed to be yourself. You shouldn't try and live a life that somebody else wants you to live. You should live your life the way that you're supposed to. We each have a purpose. God has a call in your life and things that he wants you to do that only you can do with your specific gifts and talents. So thanks for chilling with me. Go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's get this thing big. Let's make Jesus famous and show you could be a hype beast. You can have a fashion resale business, and you can be a disciple of Jesus at the same exact time. This is me, Stephen Long, another day, signing out.